Hey everybody, Scott Steen with the winnersandwhiners.com coming to you from the Jim Nance studio deep in the bowels of the Winners and Whiners Sports and Entertainment Complex to talk about today's last bowl game. It is the Sugar Bowl. Before we get going, I want to say a couple things. First of all, Happy New Year to everybody. Hope everybody had a great New Year's Eve, great New Year's Day, and everybody's over their hangovers by now. Secondly, don't forget to like and subscribe. Subscribe to our page, like the videos. Let me know what you're playing, not only on this game, but on any other games that you might have. I love it when we have other people capping games. Hell, even if you're fading me, I don't care. You know the rules. If you're fading me, if you don't like my pick, just tell me why. I'm all good with it. I know there's a lot of opinions out there, and when I'm running hot, I'm right about 56, 57% of the time. So, yeah, plenty of room out there for you guys. So let me know what you're playing. So this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 39th bowl game that we have done here this season. We got one more to go, obviously the national championship game. I want to thank everybody who has hung with us, who's checked us out, who's subscribed. We've been blowing up as far as subscriber goes. We really thank you guys, and yeah, we'll keep doing our best. Kind of got cold a little bit last week. We went 6-1 yesterday. Kind of rallied. I'm going to do the numbers here because things got a little crazy. I think I'm a couple of 3 games up as far as picking all the bowl games go. So, you know what? I'm happy. We could have done better. We made some mistakes, but we move on and we cap our last New Year's Day game. This is, like I said, the Sugar Bowl. Sugar! It's like nature's Adderall. Sugar! Don't forget to check that out. This comes to us from Atlanta, Georgia, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Features the Texas Longhorns versus the Georgia Bulldogs. Bulldogs a 12.5-point favorite, while 58.5 is the number. How they got here? By being not quite good enough. That pretty much sums it up. Texas second in the Big 12. They went 9-4 for the year, 5-8 against the number, 6-7 overs versus unders. Georgia Bulldogs finished second in the SEC by dropping a heartbreaker to Alabama in the championship game. They were 11-2 straight up, 8-4-1 against the number, and 7-5 overs versus unders. On the last video in the Ohio State game, we talked about the Buckeyes being salty about Notre Dame. You can add Georgia to the list of salty teams, and you can probably put some pork rinds and potato chips and pretzels on that too for a little extra salt, because these guys, they were salty as shit. They were spent all of Saturday night just bitching and moaning and saying how much better they would have done than Notre Dame on the Saturday night game against Alabama, or against Clemson, rather. And you know what? I probably believe him, because like I said on the last video, those look like teams from 2 different weight classes that were out there swinging Saturday night, Clemson and Notre Dame. So, are the Dogs going to be motivated? I don't know. That's going to be the question. A lot of times, SEC teams in this spot have a pretty serious letdown, including Auburn last year, who lost out a chance to play for the national championship game and then laid an egg against the University of Central Florida. Many years, the Dogs would have had the top offense in the nation. As it was, they were third, only because you had 2 generational offenses this year in Alabama and Oklahoma. They're top 10 in rushing and passing. For my money, I think they've got a top 5 quarterback there. If the Georgia team that played Alabama shows up, it's going to be a long night for the Horns. It's going to be a long night for Hook'em Nation. And even with playing Alabama, a game they should have won, it was tight. It was tight at the end. The only reason Georgia really lost, at least at the end of the game, was the goofy-ass fake punt that he tried to catch him off guard with at the 50-yard line with about 3 minutes left, that left Alabama a short field to go down there and punch it in. Yeah, not good. Not good at all. So here's the bad news for Georgia. Star quarterback DeAndre Baker is sitting out. Here's a fun fact, kids. Through the games today, the games on Monday, through the New Year's Eve games, star players have sat out 6 times. Their teams are 0-6, failing to cover every single time, and they have been absolutely blown out, with North Carolina State being the latest victim, losing 52-13 to the Texas A&M Aggies. They don't even get me started on this. The closest any of those teams have been is 11 points. So I wish there was something they could do to keep those players involved. Maybe the NCAA needs to see about setting them up some kind of insurance policy, something like that. No, I don't have all the answers. I don't know how you'd administer it. I don't know how we'd get people to pay for it. But I think we're definitely losing out, and the bowl games are losing their luster when the best players throughout the year decide to just take a pass and put the other scrubs out there. It's a little bit like watching preseason football. Not my favorite thing in the world. So, as far as this game goes, here's the deal, guys. There's two kinds of cappers. Okay, basically, there's data-driven cappers and there's intuitive cappers. I kind of straddle the line. I'm old school, so I started off as an intuitive capper. I've incorporated data as the years have gone on and computer programs have gotten more and more specific. So what I try to do is I try to have a mix of both. And I got to tell you, sometimes they fight. Sometimes they battle it out, and that is what's happening in this Texas-Georgia game. The eye test, the intuition, when I watch these two teams, it tells me Georgia is absolutely going to roll the Longhorns. They're going to take care of business. There's no way that the Texas defense can stop them, and there's no way that Texas is going to be able to generate enough offense to get past a pretty damn fine Georgia defense in their own right. However, the numbers say stars sitting out, very bad. And it's more than just one player. I think what it says is it indicates there's an attitude on the team. It indicates there's a feeling about this game that permeates the team that it's not important. It's not strong. And these guys got to feel let down. No matter what they say in public, they got to feel let down that their brother has decided to let them go off the war while they skip off to the NFL. Yes, it's not a good look. So the numbers say sitting out stars are very bad, and the Texas has a real shot. You add into that the fact that Texas coach Tom Herman, I know you probably heard this before, he's 12-2-1 against the spread as a dog with 9 straight-up wins as an underdog. You know, folks, I'm going with the numbers here. I don't like the stars sitting out. I do doubt Georgia's motivation. For no apparent reason, when you look at it on paper, I'm going to take the Longhorns. Plus, as we talked about in our other videos, we look to fade the public, and the public is absolutely pounding the dogs. I'm going to keep an eye on this game. I think that 12.5, it's kind of a dead number. I wouldn't be surprised if more people continue to pile on the dogs, and we're going to see if we can get that number up to 13 or 13.5 by game time. So, get down on the horns with me, buddy. Right here. Horns up. Get down on Texas. And at the end of this game, you can join me as we head back to the window. We'll see you guys tomorrow for our regular basketball picks. Thanks for hanging with us. Happy bowl season. We'll see you again next time. Take care.